Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and I want to first say thank you so much for all of the subscribers, both the ones that have been on the channel for quite a while, but also for all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting my work. It means a great deal to me. So I hope these readings are helpful to you, and I just want to say thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all of those who have scheduled personal readings. I really love doing them. I really do. I appreciate the feedback and letting me know they resonate, or, you know, particular confirmations for you. Thank you so much. Now, we are continuing with Divine Masculine energy, because it just feels like there is so much that's going on that Divine Feminines may not be aware of. Divine Feminine have carried around a lot of energy of resentment because they aren't aware. And the Divine Masculines generally are going to not speak, kind of like the Hierophant and or the Hermit and the King of Swords. They're not, or the King and the King of Cups. They're just not going to talk about it. They're just trying to sort through some things that have been really acting as blockages. Notice all of a sudden my throat chakra is very challenged. They're not, generally aren't going to talk about it. They're just going to kind of suffer in silence as they work through what they know they need to do in the way of removing some of the things that have really been holding their energy captive, is what I'm hearing. So it just feels like in order for the Divine Feminine to kind of move forward in her journey, she needs to become aware of this, because she was getting into the energy of resentment, because the not knowing, there was a lot of assumptions being made. So Spirit kind of guided me to do these Divine Masculine readings to kind of give Divine Feminine context about what's going on. And I'll just say I have confirmed much of this with my Divine Masculine of, yep, these are indeed the things that are going on in the conversations we've had. It's very similar. So after I do a reading and we have a conversation, I look back over the series of readings and everything kind of aligns. So, all right, so let's start with the Sacred Destiny Oracle and find out what's going on in the energies. Wow. I see the Change card again. We have quite a few. Oh, look at this. Enlightenment again. So change. This has been a consistent card. This is like 5 energy. Changes. Things are happening. Things are happening to kind of lift them to another level. Here we have diligence. This is the bird's eye view, but this is diligence. And what I'm seeing all the crops that are diligently laid out in very straight rows. Very much like what I've noticed going on around in my area. All the farmers are planting, but the very straight, diligent rows. So maybe take the bird's eye view. There's 2 cards of loft here. So this is something being elevated. And then we have enlightenment. This is elevating of the consciousness. Relaxation. Look at that beautiful red blood moon. And wonders. I mean, here you have enlightenment and wonders. This is relaxing into this lofting energy. Feels like the Divine Masculine is really learning some spiritual kind of lessons. And they're really enjoying that part of the journey. They're enjoying the learning. I think they realize that they are elevating. All right, let's see what. And in this card, again, I saw new beginnings. I've seen it every single day during the shuffle. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. But remember, timing is fluid and divine timing is all overarching. And your soulmate, whether it be twin flame or soulmate, whatever you are feeling the connection to and the reason that you're listening to these readings, you are already united in the 5D. You are already in union. There are some blockages and issues to be worked through in the 3D. That's all. Okay, they said take this card and this card. Okay. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Every day we've seen this card. The past is now behind you. This is talking to Divine Feminine to leave the resentment of not feeling like your manifestation of your Divine Counterpart has been fulfilled. That is a blockage that needs to be left behind. Now, in Divine Masculine energy, this is leaving behind what blockages they've had for their enlightenment. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. The heart is the gateway to the soul. So this is not trying to outthink the energy. This is knowing that being heart-centered in your decision-making, in your using your heart center as your decision-making framework is how we move forward in humanity. That is how humanity is enlightened and how it elevates. Okay, let's use the Somnia Tarot and find out what's going on in Divine Masculine energy. Now, keep in mind, these energies may be reversed. The soulmate, you may be the soulmate that they're manifesting, and that's why they're having this lifting and lofting energy. There is lifting and lofting. That's what I'm hearing. Isn't that a catchy phrase? Lifting and lofting as they move toward a more comprehensive understanding of their soul as opposed to their 3D reality. Oh, see? Heart. There's the star. Lifting and lofting right there. Healing. This is following the wishes of your heart. The star, we wish upon a star, is kind of the gateway to what it is we desire, what our heart wishes for. Generally, when you present a prayer or a wish to the divine, it's something that your heart yearns for, not something that your mind is asking for. So just keep that in mind. Oh, Queen of Swords. She's cut the blindfold off, but she's also offering the blindfold to be there if you want to put it back on. That's love. If you're allowing someone the freedom to say, I'm not ready. Could also be, oh my, Ten of Swords. Don't see this card often in this deck. I see it often in other decks. Look at that. Completions. The past is behind you. The pain is behind you. Time to release. Five of Cups in the reverse. Let go of the regret. Remember, and the resentment of not having what you thought you really wanted or how you wanted it to manifest. Let go of the resentment. Eight of Cups. Yeah. This is the enlightenment is happening. See, he's crossed over into this. He's moving on. Moving on to what is more meaningful to his soul. That's what this lofting energy is. It's elevating. Being more concerned about the awareness of his soul. Oh my. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. What I'm hearing is unsure of the path. They're unsure of this soul journey. That it's new to them. And Divine Feminine's been on it for a while, but this is new to them. So there's some anxious energy like, is this what I'm really supposed to do? And it feels like the Queen of Swords here is leading the way. She's like offering to help guide the journey. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. What I'm hearing on this card is time is running out. Time is up. I have a clock like this, a grandfather clock my dad built, and I got it the year I graduated high school. It looks just like that. But the clock is burning. Time is no longer relevant. Let's see, bottom of this deck, Ten of Pentacles. So we have two tens. 10 in the 3D, 10 of Swords. Old way of thinking is now done. And there's some anxiety as they are building a new belief system. And with the Ten of Pentacles, there are certain elements of their 3D world that are now done. It could have to do with money. It could have to do with their work. But elements of their 3D journey are now done. So we have three tens. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10, the Ten of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like now this is happening in the current in the current issue. Oh, there's the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a feeling of this. Just to me is somebody being kicked out. I mean, that's just the energy. They're not being invited back in. They're being left out. They're being kicked out. They're being shoved out, is what I heard. And Five of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, half of their income. There's a Strength card in the challenge position. That's why there's some anxiety. This is a challenge to their fortitude. This is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. This is one of my first decks given to me. My son, it always reads Divine Masculine energy. Ooh, the Hermit. See how he just flew out. Yeah, he is learning. This is his soul's, the connection to his soul is being illuminated. And this is not something, a Divine Masculine is generally going to discuss. I mean, it's all really kind of new and feels different, and it's like their perspective is changing, they're elevating, and now it's like, I don't even know how to begin to talk about this to somebody. King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're just like trying to make sense of it in the 3D world. They're like, how does one bring this up? What changes? Look, there's the Death card. See how it just flew out right on top of that King of Pentacles? This is that abundant life that they had created. Their security and stability is now. Strength card and Death card, both in the challenge position. This is a challenging ending. Let's pull. They said one more, but they're gonna, feels like they're gonna give two, but I said one more shuffle. Okay, this one. All right. Yeah, see, Four of Pentacles. Their stability is being challenged. They are just clinging to their stability because this is unknown territory for them. Yeah, see, Two of Swords. There's the blindfold where she has removed the blindfold, but she's offering it, holding it out, saying, if you're not ready. If you're not ready to understand this yet, I am patient. All right. This is another traditional Rider-Waite. This is a vintage. If you haven't been watching the videos this week, but the cards are interpreted differently because there are text. There is text with each card, and I follow the text as I can to supplement a different perspective, kind of like Hangman energy. Queen of Cups, woman of uncertain character. See how that text is? Not traditionally what the Queen of Cups is. And improved position. Seven of Pentacles. So, what I'm really, what I'm hearing from this is that the Divine Masculine, for some reason, probably because of some issue in the past, questioned the integrity of Divine Feminine, but now he sees her in a different position because he's getting this different perspective. This card flew out. Okay, Four of Cups. This was almost like the Divine offered the opportunity previously, but they were so rooted into this Ten of Pentacles energy that they rejected it. But now it says contrary events, and it's in the challenged position. It flew right over the Death card. And so basically they're having some really challenging events occur. So we have two fours. Their stability is definitely being challenged, and they're really trying to hold on to that 3D perception, even though the infiltration of the soul perspective is occurring, and that's what this lofting energy is about. Okay. Any more from here before we take a... Okay. Eight of Wands. Domestic disputes. No shit. Sorry for the profanity, but sometimes it just happens. Two of Cups underneath. Domestic disputes. Yeah, think. All right, this is the Eye of Zen, Jennifer Walker Zen's. She's a reader. If you haven't checked out her channel, please check out her channel. So let's find out what's going on. Okay, flew out, violently flew out. Wheel of Luck. All things are aligned in your favor. Luck is on your side. This is Wheel of Fortune. Everything is now turning. But it's now turning. It is now turning. They said pull another. But this is aligning for the highest and greatest good. And it may not seem like luck right now because they still are kind of wanting to wear that blindfold. Like, this is uncomfortable. Remember what it's like when you first awakened and you're like, am I going crazy? You know, what's happening to me? That's what they're kind of going through. But whereas feminines are more inclined to talk about what they're experiencing emotionally, a lot of masculines do not. And, you know, who do you talk to about this? Who do you talk to? Maybe that's why he's seeing the divine feminine differently. It's because she's brought this up and she's talked a lot about her soul's growth. Not necessarily maybe about the connection, but she's been talking about her spiritual alignment. So now he's seeing her more favorably, whereas before he thought you were crazy. That's what these cards are about. Obsessions. Be careful. There are strong desires and attachments. All right, cautionary. You know, this is you, Queen of Swords. You gotta be in that non-attachment energy. They may not be ready, but if they are, you know, be open. They don't think you're crazy anymore. They may want to talk about it, but if they're not ready, don't form the attachment and go back into that resentment energy that the divine feminines have been in. Okay, that is this reading. Thank you so much. I love you all for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.